Unconditional love is the most unspoken of aspect in non-duality. Non-duality is a path that provokes intellect, understanding, and a process of knowledge. But the real essence of the entire thing is to help us recognize unconditional love. It's the aspect of the path which for me was the start. For me, the start of my trajectory was devotion, was bhakti. I'm a closet bhakti yogi, if anything. And this more the path of understanding was something that I believe is essential in combination with the path of love and devotion. I don't believe that you can have one without the other. If we want to go for unconditional happiness, I don't believe that it's possible. And what I want to share with you right now is understanding this one thing. Once we open our heart, we are not just receptive to the truth or the understanding that we have not yet understood, but we are open and receptive to the understanding that we do understand. You see, this is how the heart works. It is pure openness. We could have all the knowledge in the world. We could be God knows who, sharing God knows what about God knows non-duality. But it means nothing if we're not experiencing love. It means nothing if we're not spreading love. Like if people aren't coming away from our calls and our sessions feeling more joyful, loving, at peace, and aren't spreading more of that love to others, what are we doing? You see, what's the point? You know, so the path to unconditional love, we have to see this mechanism that we have of fearing to suffer. Of fearing our suffering. Fearing our suffering is what closes the heart. So in order to open the heart, we have to recognize the mechanism that is creating the fear of suffering. And this mechanism, once it is recognized, we are then able to give ourselves the freedom to suffer. And in doing so, we find this deep, loving compassion for ourselves, for our suffering, and for what we're feeling. And this path of love and devotion is just about being capable of surrendering our individual ideas about how something should or shouldn't be and embracing it completely. So it's quite literally the opposite of judgment. We can discern between what's right and wrong, and we can take responsibility for that. But the real loving goal of the whole process is to come out of it and be completely loving to all beings and things. And this is so contrary to the classic non-dual ideas where we talk about there is no others, there is no self, and everything is just pure happening, right? This I don't know how you can get love from that. I don't know how you can get the expression of love to naturally flow out of that understanding, because even though it's partially true, why then is it then necessary to come back into experience and actually experience the relationships that we have? This is why the path of love is so important. So we're experiencing right now, what we're experiencing is illusory in the sense that it's not fundamentally real, but the illusion comes from a reality that is fundamentally real. And that reality, its nature is love. Its nature, when I say its nature is love, love is the best word we can use to describe it, because it's an all-embracive welcoming that lets everything be completely what it is. That's nature. Nature is that unconditional love. And now, this is why we say it's love, is because on this level, if I was to, or you was to, or somebody was to completely embrace all the qualities, or the lack of qualities, or the lack of things, or the things that someone has about them, and completely love them anyway, without any judgment, any resistance, that's unconditional love. So the nature of existence is this unconditional love. It's the source of it. It's all there actually is. So nature is this all forgiving. This is why I call it forgiving. it's forgiveness. Pure forgiveness is not necessarily to right a wrongdoing, to forgive a wrongdoing. It's obviously this nature of absolute forgiving, giving all things the freedom to exist completely as they are. So forgiveness is a pathway to love. The idea that we have of forgiveness is not just a pathway to love, but it's also the expression of love. It's a pathway into love, but it's also the pathway from which love travels. You see? Now, love is not something that that I consider a feeling. The feeling that we have as a consequence of love is a byproduct of dissolving the separation. Now, you can still experience duality in the lack of separation, and that's our job. Our job is to relieve ourselves of the separation so that we can be active in the world. When I say the world, when I say duality, I'm referring to the world where you still have conversations with people and touch things and do things. That's the world, that's duality. We can experience duality from unconditional love if we are not perceiving reality to be separate. So the minute that we're separate is the minute that we are superimposing a limitation on reality, and that limitation says that everything is fundamentally apart from me, and that creates distance, and that creates the sense of disconnection or lack of love. So unconditional love should be the absolute essence of our understanding. It should be the absolute expression of understanding, not just happiness within ourselves, but love within the world. You see? Let's let this video be a testament to unconditional love and to integrating the knowledge that we have, or the understanding that we have, to be replicated in the world as this pure, loving intelligence that is completely all-embracive of its entire experience, because that is all our experience already is this all. That's what existence is. It by nature, existence, by nature of existing, is always in a perpetual state of welcoming everything to be completely what it is, as it is, all of the time. So in recognizing that's what we are, let yourself express that in the relative world as whatever the implications of that would be in amongst conversations, relationships, and when somebody seems to do a wrongdoing towards you. So I hope you found this video of value. I have a free community. The link is in the description. I give free meditations every single week. I also have a premium version, but you can trial out the free version first and see if that's of value to you. I'd love to see you there, guys. Have an amazing day. Take care. Bye.